Hall, y'all. Check us out, check us out, check us out. So we're going to go and get started, man. Y'all, welcome to the Maarcus Hall Podcast, Sports Edition. That's what we're going to say until we get that the other podcast going. That's how we're going to do it. So
that's what's up.
Welcome. This episode is going to be about the NBA draft, 2018 draft. So I'm going to go in, first of all, I'm going to say, to me, this draft was kind of weak. I'm going to say it was a little weak.
Wow.
Because you look at it, the first 10, it's like, I think better picks got towards the end. I think to me, I like the picks towards the end, but you know, some of the best drafts is always like the first 10. Like, dang, that's a good draft. And I think the best draft in a long time, I think was to be the 03 draft with LeBron, Carmelo, Bosh, D Wade, you know, that era there.
Yeah,
I think it would be the best draft I've seen in a long time, like a top 10 draft. You know, so. But like I said, this draft it was cool. But what's your thoughts? What you think about this draft?
You know, I was into this draft more so than I was the past 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, I followed all the players from probably 1 through 25. I can even go in the second round. Of course, you know, I think you mentioned how you like some of the later picks. You know, for me, that's evidence that it was a good draft. You know, you pay attention to the later picks because you kind of assumed that the first, you know, all the lottery picks were going to be who they were.
Yeah.
You know, and so
a couple surprises. I think it was on there, but that's the one.
So what makes a good draft for you? You talked about the LeBron was a good one, and just because of all the talent. Well, is that it for you? Is it just, you know, the accumulation of talent, or what makes a good draft?
No, I think it's good too because like later on in the future they still top of their game. You know, so those guys are, to me, they getting older now, but I think they were the top of their game for a long time. Like D Wade was that guy. Carmelo still, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. He got Chris Bosh. He had a medical thing, but he was still top of his game. Like, who else was on that draft?
There's a lot of people.
It wasn't James Harden was after them, right? Yeah, James Harden was in that draft.
Well, even if you look at the roster, and this is kind of telling of who LeBron James is. If you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers roster, there's at least 3 cats on there from that year. There was a Corver.
Oh, he was that year. Yep.
Jeff Green, I believe. Who else? That Kendrick Perkins, even though he wasn't playing.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah, he was on there. Yep.
You know, there's a few players, you know, I was recognized from that draft, which is telling too. I guess it was a good draft because you had, you know, a few role players still on there, still relevant. You know, doing, you know. And
like I said, a lot of them, they still they on their way out too. So
yeah,
is that era is almost gone. So
yeah,
but we'll get into the draft. So I'll name a couple. So we could do the first team right now, and then get your thoughts. The Suns, they finally did the pick they needed. I thought they was gonna try to trade that pick, but they did well with it. I was happy they got that guy. So DeAndre Ayton, but I think he's gonna be good for that team, man. I think he could come in right away, start, get you about 18-10, maybe 20-10 a game this year. So I think he'll fit that team. I still think they need a little more, though. They need a little more on that team, you know, because Devin Booker is good. I wouldn't say he's overrated, but I think he gets a lot of accolades. Well, he's decent. To me, if I see him do more on defensive side of the ball, I give him that he's gonna be a star. I think he's gonna be one of a great shooter. But to me, on that team, I don't think he can carry a team. I think he'll be the second best. I think he'll be a Scottie Pippen to somebody else. I think he'll be a great addition to whoever they get. Like if they get a star, I think he'll be that. And then you got DeAndre, the center. He'll be the other guy.
Yeah.
So to me, they get one more piece, and I think Josh Jackson, he'll be a good defender. You know, he'll be the guy that get you a 3-point shot. You need one, but I think they said they want more like a star to come through there. Yeah. And they'll be good.
You know, I like the group that they have right now because you know if you look from a standpoint of trying to project out, because that's what you're doing. If you as Phoenix Suns fan, you know, if you like a real Phoenix Suns fan, you look at this team and you're projecting, okay, they're gonna be good next 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you have to do in the interim for those 3 years? What has to happen for them to be a playoff team the next 3 years? That's what you think about. You know what I mean? And I'll go. You know, I'll take the model of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll take the model of the Golden State Warriors and how they did it through the draft. Kind of, you know what I mean? And when you look at that model, you immediately notice that they had star power and talent.
Yeah,
and
they had all those guys,
and they was able to expose the talent, like you know, real. With Golden State is interesting because Golden State, if you look at Golden State before the 73 wins, did you think that they were going to be that good?
But even before that, I think because they won one before they got to 739, the first time they played championship, be like, this team, they gonna be okay, you know. But you think they gonna be that good?
You didn't think dynasty.
And then when Durant came over, you're like, God. Dog.
Yeah, I mean, after that 73 win, I was like, okay, this team's gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
Before Kevin Durant got there, I was, you know, but what I'm saying is, I think Mark Jackson was that key piece that was able to expose that talent and let that talent go.
Keyword, exposed them. He did expose them. I think that's the year they lost to the Spurs. Somebody beat them. They had a good run. They got beat. I think it was the Spurs or Lakers. It was somebody that beat them. But you see, like, next year they're gonna be the team. It's gonna be a team. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do well. And then I think that year too, Steph, he got hurt, so. You get a healthy Steph Curry, they gonna be a good team. And like I said, following year, and that was like, wow. Yeah,
I mean, just you look at it. You know, you go down the line, that roster. Let's say the Mark Jackson roster. Let's call it the Mark Jackson roster, which is pretty much what, you know, good 75% of the roster that you got right now. You got Draymond, you had
Livingston.
Clay, you had Livingston, you had Steph. You know. So all those all-stars you pretty much had there except for Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? A few role players here and there.
Harrison Barnes too when he's going on, but.
And if you go back to the Suns, you can look at Devin Booker and look at Steph Curry.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Shooters, you know what I mean?
But he's a little bigger, you know what I'm saying?
Create their own shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what is it going to take to expose that talent
and then
to the
Josh
point
Jackson,
where they're winning and they're believing in him
and Josh Jackson, he's going to be that Draymond defensive guy, kind of crazy in the head. He's kind of radical. What you need that to kind of push a team, you know. He'll fight for you. So, and then like you said, you drafted DeAndre Ayton. Am I saying his last name right? Ayton.
I think it's Ayton.
Okay.
I think that's what it is, Ayton. So
you got him. Like I said, you get that one more piece, man. I think that they'll do well, man. You think they're a playoff team right now? Or not quite?
They're not a playoff team right now. But you know, I think they're going to start contending now. They're going to start playing now. I mean, they got to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they stunk, and you know whether they try to stink or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now the pressure's on. You know what I mean?
So
you have less excuses, so you got to show up every night.
I don't think it's too much pressure yet.
Well, it's not pressure. I wouldn't call it pressure, but
you gotta be better than you were last year.
You got to.
Yeah,
you ended up with two top 10 picks, top 10 picks,
and you got a second round first pick. So they got 3.
So you have some.
Who's the second pick they got?
They had Michael Bridges was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
And what'd you think about him? I know we skipping, but
I like Michael Bridges, man, because.
What school did he come from?
He went from Villanova.
Really?
Yeah, he's a senior champion. He got a chip, 2 chips. You know what I'm saying?
So can Could he be that Clay?
He could be the Clay. He's a shooter.
Dang.
He's a spot up shooter. He's a spot up shooter. He's long enough to play good defense like Clay. He's 6'7", 200.
Okay.
He's solid. I mean, he's not just like Clay. He's not going to create his own shot a lot of times. But he can improve on his box game. He's 6'7". He can get down on the block a little bit at the elbow and work if he have to. Like Clay's, he kind of matured a little bit there where he's able to get on that elbow and get his back to the basket and do that turnaround all the even on the baseline.
Yeah.
So you can develop that at 6'7" with that wingspan. Mm-hmm. If you can shoot, you can develop that.
And they also, people forget about it, if they can keep him, I think he'll stay this year, but they have a decent point guard in Peyton too. Mm-hmm. He's a solid point guard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think he can help him out a little bit too, you know. So I don't know, man. Suns, they might sneak in that playoff, man. You never know.
Well, you got look. You still got to look at the landscape, how it's going to iron out with these free agents, what's going to happen. But even without that, man, you got a nine solid teams in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Think about in the West, 9 solid teams.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, when I say solid, they solid. You know, they 10 games over 500. Like you got. So
if
Denver and Utah was right there. I mean, Denver was right there pushing.
Yeah.
I mean.
So say, I know this is about to drop, but we'll get back to that. But say if PG-13 lead OKC, they out the playoffs, right?
Yeah, look. Was it like a game or two separation between like 4th and 9th?
And you think he gone?
Paul George?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it, man. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of change, man. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of change.
I don't know. You told me, or somebody told me, like I think it was you that said that he can get the max in OKC.
Yeah,
but I thought they paid Russell the max, so they can get somebody else the max.
Yeah, you can get 2.
Oh, you get 2.
You have 2. You have 2 max.
So they could change things then. I thought you couldn't get the max there.
No, you can get 2, and especially looking at their salary cap right now, they got space enough to have 2, I believe.
And this a lot of stuff going about Kawhi and a lot of stuff LeBron, but I seen one graphic. It was made up, but it could be solid. Like I seen they had PG, Kawhi, and LeBron in the Lakers.
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, that's hopeful. It's not happening for Kawhi.
But you can't even pay because all 3 of them want money.
Oh, you can get that. That's not a problem either. You can get 2. You have 2 max. You have 2 maxes.
But all 3 of them want the max though, so you can't pay all 3 of them the max.
Well, Paul George, no, he's not getting the max.
Oh, he is though, isn't it? If you go Lakers,
not with the Lakers. Not if you get a Kawhi and a.
Oh, right. But I'm saying
and a LeBron. I mean,
we both know that. Yeah, we both know that LeBron. I don't think LeBron going there anyway. But if he goes to Lakers, he gonna get that max though.
Of course, that's going to be it's going to be a factor in his decision making. Of course, he wants that money. I mean, at this point in his career, I think he's proven enough for that to be a good factor. Like, look, man, I want that money. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm, at the prime of my career right now.
But to me, he had a okay season. I thought he could have did better, but people try to blame Russ, but he got a triple-double this year again, back-to-back seasons. So I don't blame Russ for this. You missed a lot of shots. So
well, at the same time, I think they did take things for granted just a bit.
They did, and it was too late.
Yeah, they did a bit do that. I think if you're gonna blame me, I don't like blaming people. I don't like looking at the crab pulling anybody down because these are professional ball players.
Yeah.
And, I don't like disrespecting the game like that, these players. But if you want to look at the weak link, I think you would have to look at Carmelo and the role that he played.
I would say the coaches are weak link in that because to me, you put Carmelo in a position he shouldn't have been playing.
But is that the case though? You got to ask yourself: Is that the case? Is that the case? Did the coach put Carmelo in that? He's come on, Carmelo's one of those bullheads. I mean, if you ask Carmelo to play the role that's more suitable for the team's success, do you think Carmelo's just going to I'll play off the bench?
Because Carmelo, he's a type player. He's a rhythm player, and that's nothing starting. I don't see why you couldn't start it at the 3 and you put Paul George at the 2. I don't understand why you couldn't do that, especially in the playoffs. Because to me, the playoffs, what hurted them, he's down there trying to defend Favors, and it threw him out. To me, you put Grant. I will put Grant in there to battle him down there. So to come on, have to put so much energy in defending somebody, then you come on the other side, he's pretty much tired. He's an older player. He never put to me. I would put him in a position he was comfortable in. To me,
this is a good question. You talk about Carmelo. I know we're off base, but Carmelo is a very obscure piece to any team's puzzle because he has a unique set of talents. He is a little up in age now. And he is a rhythm player. So where does he fit? Where does he fit now on any team? Like if you look, it's clear if he's the best player. It's clear if he's the best player, like a New York Knicks. Okay. But now he's like the third best player when it comes to efficiency and abilities, even for his own set of talents, like creating his own shot and stuff like that, and keeping the game at a pace where it needs to be. That's the struggle with Carmelo. You are sacrificing pace if you say, okay, get in your rhythm, Carmelo, so we can rely on you more to push the second unit or whatever case we need now for you, because we have a Paul George, we have a Westbrook to take some of that load off. So let's get you in your rhythm. Okay, so what does that take? It takes him doing what? It takes him being a bully down there a little bit, taking some of that possession off the clock, and he's not quick with the decision making. Okay, you know what I mean? And that's that's just how he kind of matured through his career. You know what I'm saying? So, and that draft is like that. That draft is, the talent was so good that's how they matured their game. They needed to hold the ball. They needed to even if they had high IQ, they needed time to survey. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that no more. Because with the pace and the shooting, that like you got 3 out of 4 the players, 3 out of 5 of the players, of course, 5 that's on the floor at the time, who can shoot threes. And they can get out on the perimeter. As soon as you know what I mean, spend, 20 seconds on the shot clock and put up a brick, you know what I mean? The pace in the West is like,
it's all about shooting now.
And Carmelo in the West right now, it's a hard puzzle to solve for any coach, I believe. Especially if the guy don't want to come off the bench, he wants to start. Now, I agree. I think he plays right now. The better role for him is starting. Like I would say, more like a Kevin Love role. You know what I'm playing? And you know what I'm saying? Kevin Love sacrificed a whole lot of his game, to play alongside LeBron.
Yeah, that comes with it though.
And Carmelo, he has a harder time doing that. You know what I mean? He's not doing the 50-50 balls. He's not roughing people up on the boards as much. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get boards, whatever. He wants his taste because he's very good offensively.
And we'll see. We'll see if he can be there next year in OKC. So I don't know, man. This depends.
He ain't going nowhere.
You don't think so?
Where he gonna go?
Cleveland. They'll probably take him. So we don't know. But the second pick we had, it was Bagley. And I was kind of during the college season, I thought he's probably the number 1 pick. And then towards the end, they got put out the March Madness. I was like, I don't know, his numbers he gonna drop. But he went number 2 though, to the Kings. And I don't know how that's gonna fit. They always getting that power forward, that center, and that's all they get. So I don't know how he gonna do there. And he's a small kid. So what you think about that pick? Was that a good pick for the Kings? And that's what they needed?
Yeah, I think you can use a long guy out there who can play on both ends of the floor. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna give you any extra offense. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a solid player. Gotcha. That can play both sides, of the ball. I think that was a decent pick. I mean, yeah, I mean, who was it?
The Kings, but the Kings, they got a long ways to go, though, man.
Yeah, the Kings, like I said, it's one of those things.
They got Fox last year, so he's solid, and we'll see how he do. To me, he's not a point guard. He's like a Russell Westbrook. He can play point. You have to play point, but I don't think he's a true point guard. So I don't know. And then we had the third pick. We have
Who we have?
We got I apologize. I just had it up.
It was Doncic. What is his name? Doncic. Can't you say it from Slovenia?
It was like Luka Doncic. Never heard of him. Was he? But they say he's pretty solid. So
yeah, you have to watch them YouTube to kind of study up on him to really know anything really about him. I mean, they talk about him a lot. So
and I think he's one of the ones that can he come right over, or he got to wait a year or so, all that. Remember, some guys can't come right away either way.
Well, yeah, he can. He's ready.
Oh, he's ready. Okay.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go right over there. Yeah, I mean, he went number 3, but he got it traded to Dallas.
Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah.
And then Young, Trae Young went to Atlanta from pick number 5, so they kind of swapped.
Okay.
So number 3 technically is Doncic.
Yeah.
Luka. That's called Luka. How about that?
And then Jared Jackson Jr.
I
didn't really watch too much of him, so I don't know that much about him.
Mm-hmm. Michigan State.
Okay. So you know a little bit. Is that the one that looked pretty old?
No,
he's an old looking guy.
He's an old looking guy.
Yeah. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's not him.
Nah,
like I said, I ain't watched too much.
There's a lot of legacy in the draft, man. You notice that?
What you mean by legacy?
Well, you have is the legacy kids, so a lot of the parents play ball.
Oh, okay. I know
Young, Jackson.
I know Holiday. He's another one too. His family
Holiday had brothers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. So, Jaren Jackson, he's good. He's from Michigan. He's a Michigan State guy.
And that's another team that's rebuilding too, the Grizzlies. So we'll see. It's only so much a rookie can do. I don't think he can come in and change the whole environment. So we'll see. He'll have to build. And Trae Young, is pretty cool. For Atlanta. He could be that Kyle Korver for them. But you think he gonna still shoot like that? Like he did in college though.
I think he will, because he'll take those shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Because he's in Atlanta, he'll take them.
Hopefully he don't be like a Jimmy Fredette, because Jimmy Fredette could shoot too in college, but he came in the lead and it's totally different, He's a different how you get approach.
I kind of feel like this dude's he's gonna hoist him up. I feel like he's gonna hoist him up. He's a shooter, and he's an off the dribble shooter. You know what I mean? Okay. So he is.
Can he create his own shot though? Like
he can create his own shot. Yeah, he got some handles. A lot of people comparing him to Steph Curry.
Yeah, he said something earlier in the week too. Something about he could be good as them all. So, but you got to cool that down. We talking about the best shooter in history to me. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So he got to cool down with that. We'll see what he do.
Yeah, he broke some records. I think he led.
And is he a true point guard?
Yeah, he's a true point guard.
Okay.
I mean, you ain't gonna get no truer than that as far as his. I mean, he's smaller than Steph. I think. He's listed as 6'2", but I don't know. I don't believe that he's 6'2". I think he's like 6 foot.
Okay. And shout out to what he wore last night. You see what he wore last night?
The shorts.
Yeah, like he tripping. I mean, like straight suit shorts. Like
yeah, man. I don't know. He looking at
this generation is different, man.
Man, he looking at his counterparts in the league now. He said, "I'm gonna dress like they dress in the league. They dressing."
Because Draymond did something like that, but I don't think it was like short shorts like that though.
Draymond did it. I think LeBron did it.
But D-Wade, he's the one that started that hot water stuff, so they just going higher with it now. And then the next pick was Muhammad Bamata, or whatever it is. Bamba. Is that one from Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be solid.
I like Bamba.
But that's another team, the Magic, you know what you don't got. I'm like, I don't think he could turn the team around either. So
look, these are solid guys though. I don't want to play them down. These are solid picks. These are solid guys. They're all long. Ain't nobody small except for, you got Trae Young, Sexton. Them are the small guys.
But the rest of them pretty big.
Everybody else is like 6.
That's true, dude. I just looked at that. Up. All of them sitting in the power forwards. The first.
Yeah, these are big guys. Yeah, they big dudes, man.
Okay, and then Wendell Carter Jr. He's The Bulls. I think the Bulls is on the move too.
I like the Bulls. The Bulls are
they're
a young team you get excited about. You know, I like Wendell Carter Jr. He's good. He's a solid dude too, man. He can get bigger, and these dudes can get bigger too, man.
They gonna have to though, especially like Bagley. I think he has to get bigger. So
Bagley.
So
he needs to go. But they're bigger than what. I think in the past they were real skinny. I think a couple years ago, but
then we got Colin Sexton, point guard for Cleveland.
Yeah,
they say he's a true point guard. He's a big guard too, and he said a couple of things last night trying to keep LeBron to stay with. I don't think LeBron gonna listen to him, but you know. He trying.
I mean, that's what
he's supposed to do that.
They kind of baited him into it. You know, hey, you got LeBron going on. Where do you have to stay? You know, like type of thing. You know.
But I hope. Like I said, I think LeBron gonna stay. I think he gonna get a couple of people to come in there with him. I thought Chris Paul was gonna come with him, but I don't know the way they played this year. He might stay in Houston now. But I thought he was on. I'm pretty sure he thought about coming to Cleveland this year because that's why I think Kyrie left.
And I said this I agree with you a little bit. I think, like I said in the beginning, his options aren't as. I mean, he can technically go on any of the 30 teams he wants, but I think to accomplish what he wants to accomplish and then, his mindset, I don't think is it's not shared by a lot of the media and the critics and stuff like that. I think he has his mind made up, and what he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish. His team is like, I think they're all in sync. You know what I mean? So
they surprised me, bro. You could go back and something when we first recorded about the Houston Rockets and Chris Paul and Harden. I said it wasn't gonna work. There's no way it's gonna work. They both need the ball, but it worked out well though. I was like, wow, I was very surprised how it worked out. So I think they did good. So we're gonna do one more pick and we're gonna take a small little break. But the next pick was Kevin Knox. I don't know too much about him either.
Yeah, Kevin Knox, he's a solid player, big guy. He's like he's probably like, he's real physical, you know what I'm saying?
But them drafting him, you got Porzingis, and it's the same kind of position though. Like so.
Nah. He's 6'9". I mean, he's more of he's listed as a small forward, but his style is more like forward? Athletic. You know what I mean, like a power forward.
So you'll keep Porzingis at the 3, then put him at the 4.
Yeah, you can put him at the 4. Okay, or you can put him at the, he's not a wing player. You know what I mean?
Okay, got you.
He doesn't. He ain't gonna play the box. But like I said, you just play. You don't have to play those traditional 1, 2, 3, 4s no more.
Yeah, you don't. Game changer.
Especially when you got somebody like Porzingis, like quote unquote the unicorn, who can kind of be versatile on the floor and run different sets of offenses through him, wherever on the court. So he doesn't necessarily have to be a traditional power forward or small forward or whatever. He just has to develop game around the offense and fit. You know what I mean? And that's where the Knicks struggle. They don't have anything. There's nothing to look at and say, does this fit here? Because there's no here.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a here in a while. There's nothing to.
So we back. So we gonna. I want to talk about some picks that you wasn't expecting, or some people you thought they would have went higher. And one I would say I thought would have went a little higher, and you might disagree with me, was Grayson Allen. I thought he would have went a little higher, but I think the team he went to, the Jazz, is going to be a great fit for him, though. With Donovan Mitchell, I think he'll be there. He'll get that. They turned into a 3-point team shooter now, so adding him, I think that would be really good for him. So
yeah, that was a great ad.
For a young team, ad. So
yeah, that was a great ad. He fits into what they want to do, just like you mentioned, the 3-point shooting. He has that tenacity. That Draymond Green type of tenacity.
Yeah, he's tough.
You know what I'm saying? That the original Draymond Green. Nobody talks about Lance Stevenson.
Oh man. Yeah. So that guy there. Is there anybody else on there you kind of like in the draft? I'll watch your mic.
Where you going? Where you going? I think we mentioned them all. I did like the Jackson, the Jaren Jackson pick.
Okay.
I think he has a lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? I think he has that athletic IQ balance. You know what I mean? That you like in a player. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be more than that he's like evaluated at right now. You know what I'm saying? I think he has good upside. You know what I'm saying? I like that guy. And that's. I like some other cats.
Aaron Holiday was pretty. They say he's gonna be pretty solid.
Holiday.
Yeah, he might be pretty solid for the Pacers. They need a point guard too, so that'd be nice.
And I'm rooting for all the guys, man. I like this draft. I don't know, maybe because they're all big. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, okay, we're gonna have some prospects here. Not that you have to be big to be a prospect, but we see all these small guards lately. It's kind of a trend, and they think, we got these 3-point. You got 3-point shooter here. We got a small baller, and I'm a small guy too. But at the same time, I like to watch the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And so I root for. I'm root for Michael Porter Jr. too, man. I hope.
Yeah. I hope. Is that the guy that he got injured or something?
Yeah, he had a back injury. But
he's pretty good though.
He's good. He's skill-wise. He's a big man with a lot of skills, a lot of potential. They compare him to Kevin Durant, his style of play.
Oh, okay. Like that then.
He's 6'11".
Okay.
He can.
I haven't checked him out. Is it the one he went to Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a little Yeah, you gotta check him out because he hadn't played. So he was hurt pretty much the whole season, but 10 games. So, but I'm rooting for that kid. I hope I hope he turns out to be 100% healthy, and I want to see another superstar in the league. I want to see, what I'm saying?
It's time, Yeah,
he has potential to be a superstar. A lot of people think Luka's going to be that superstar, but I'm not there.
You say Luke? Who's that?
The Luka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they think he's like the best projected player.
Okay.
And at pick number 3. But I don't know, man.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So yeah, what we were talking about earlier too, I want to talk about a little bit. We said about the draft, but I want to talk about this movie. I seen this movie late, so the Infinity War Avengers movie. So yeah, I've seen it pretty late, and you gonna see me drink a lot of water. We are in Arizona, and it's super hot, man. It's like super hot.
It's real hot.
It was like 112 today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this Avengers movie, I went and seen last week. I'm real late on it, but I like the movie. Like how it started, it was pretty good. But then towards the end, I seen a whole bunch of ash. I didn't understand. I didn't understand where all this ash stuff coming from. People leaving and all that. I was like, And how you said in the movie you watch all the credits go up, you wait for something else to happen and explain it, but nothing really explained it. Some more people want to ash. I'm like, what's going on, man? So like I said, I'm not really deep into it. I like those. I like the X-Men, like those kind of Marvel movies. But you might know more. So what was the deal with that? Like, why certain people got put to ash? I guess died or left or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why did that happen to certain ones, not to the other ones?
It's based off of his philosophy, and the philosophy of Thanos was basically, we need balance.
Okay.
And there's all this overcrowded trauma going on because of just we don't have a balance in this, and it's this whole idea that just randomly you take out half of the population just to balance things out. It's that simple.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So he didn't pick him. It just happened.
He just randomly, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't pick anybody. He just randomly, you know what I'm saying? All right, just.
So one of the jewels that he did. They caused that.
It was all the jewels together combined.
That caused that power.
Gives him that power to do that.
So even when Thor came in, I thought he killed him pretty much. But I guess he had that thing he could bring him back. I guess, right?
Well, yeah. So there's your little bit of a spoiler right there. So basically, what has to happen is you got to retrieve the glove. You got to get the glove from Thanos.
Okay.
And so when you separate, hopefully you separate the stones out, and hopefully that's what happens. But if you in the comic books, you know that didn't happen immediately. Okay,
Oh,
so the Stones didn't. So someone got the glove. I'm not gonna give you the spoiler.
Okay.
Someone got the glove, but they didn't disperse immediately.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it may have been anybody who has it is a power trip, you know. And so what you're going to see is Thanos is not all that bad.
Really?
No, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, I just want to randomly, you know, balance things out, and I'm gonna go through by any means necessary because this is how much I believe in this idea, this philosophy of keeping the world going. You know.
So is he not like a bad guy then?
He's not a really bad guy, and you're gonna see. I think in the second Infinity War movie, you're gonna see the part 2. It's gonna be part 2, right? Of course.
It has to be, yeah.
So you're gonna see more of that exposed, I believe. You know, of his.
But the way he did Incredible Hulk, like that first opening, like he did him dirty.
Yeah, you know, and that was not even a blemish on him. Like it was his daughter. You know, that's what took out of him. Like the Hulk was just
because the Hulk didn't want to come back. The whole movie, like he didn't want to even come back.
Yeah, he did him dirty on that one. Yeah,
so,
he was like
that's why I thought Thanos was like he's that guy, and you will always see him like in a couple of Avengers movies. Towards the end, it will show his face, and they'll show a little more of him. I'm like, who is this guy? And now we finally got to see who he really is. He's a big dude, man. So
yeah. So you're gonna see a lot of things, you know, in part 2.
Yeah,
and explain a lot.
Yeah, and in this movie too, I seen 2 things too that I've never seen in the other ones. Is they made Thor real powerful in this movie too. And they made a little more powerful was Iron Man. To me, those 2, I kind of put them up because the other movies to me, Captain America was that guy. But to me, this movie, he was kind of down a level, and they both came up a level to me.
Yeah, those are the big 3 right there. And Captain America didn't have a big role. You know what I mean?
Cause the way it was going, I thought he's gonna die. Cause you know, people say, "Oh, somebody gonna die." So I'm looking like who about to die.
Yeah,
so I thought it was gonna be him.
The big 3 in there. That's the big 3 right there: Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. Okay. That's the big 3. So. They alternate, you know, throughout the Avengers movies. Like I said, you know, one of the movies that they didn't. All the movies are connected, and all the movies have. If you watched Infinity War, if you paid attention, and if you really like watched all the Avengers movies and all the other Marvel movies in the past 5 years, you notice that they all had something from each movie to kind of accumulate. You know, it kind of gave you some connection and to kind of bring things more together. And one of the movies that a lot of people slept on, just because it wasn't that good, but it had a lot of information there, and it was Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out too.
And yeah, you can find on one of them.
Netflix.
One of them. I think I can't remember which one. Maybe Amazon or something like that. But yeah, if you check out that movie, it had a lot of information in there. All the Avengers movies, that whatchamacallit movie. The latest Thor movie.
Okay, yeah. But how did the Galaxy movie? How did they come involved with that? Cause they not Marvel, are they?
The which one?
The guy with the tree and the character. They're Marvel.
Yeah, they're Marvel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought that was like something totally different. It just came on, so they are Marvel.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
But they're not Avengers though.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I think they're not Avengers. They're more. They play the role like, you know, kind of like Star Trek. We just have voyage the galaxy.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
And I also thought too. What was I about to say?
Avengers protect like Earth. You know, pretty much.
Like the Spider-Man, I always thought he was with Batman and them. I thought he was with. I didn't know he was Marvel either.
Oh man, nah, man, you going to a whole nother play. That's DC.
So, but was he ever DC? Spider-Man?
No, never. No,
he never was DC.
No one ever switches.
But I don't know why. I don't know why I always thought, cause when you see like Wolverine and all that kind of stuff,
it's like a cardinal sin to talk about both of them in the same space.
I said, you know, I was in comics, so I grew up in the hood, so we didn't do all that comic stuff. You had comic book, you don't get beat up. So, I never, like I said. Just think about it, like all of Spider-Man movies, it was never like he was never with nobody. It was always just him. But like the Marvel, like Wolverine, those guys, they all like together, and like Iron Man, he was always with somebody. You know, it was always. But to me, Spider-Man was always by himself. Or am I wrong?
No, man. Spider-Man used to be he's an Avenger at one point.
Because there's nothing in the movie. Iron Man
like,
told me, "Oh, you're an Avenger now." Like, so.
Yeah.
So how is he now like an Avenger now? Like, can you explain like why he wouldn't? Because he was Spider-Man's big. So how he not? Oh, now you're an Avenger. Like,
well, that was like you got to kind of follow the timeline of these characters and where they were at the point of their when they were established. They had just like basketball players that have rookie season. You know what I mean? They have they had their prime. They had when they on the way out the door. And, sometimes you need somebody to come behind you and to fill the role of Spider-Man. So Spider-Man has a franchise. So it's a Spider-Man franchise. So there's people who fill Spider-Man's roles if the other one can't do it, or they get old, or they die, or whatever the case may be. There's another story that accumulates afterward in the same Spider-Man franchise. So you look at Spider-Man as a franchise. The comic books go past just one character and a point in their existence. So when you look at the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, they touched on Spider-Man early on, how he came about. So that was early Spider-Man. So that's the very beginning of Spider-Man before he became really, really huge. But Spider-Man always, his niche was New York. Neighborhood superhero. Your friendly neighborhood superhero, whatever. Yeah. That was his niche. You know what I'm saying? So he was always in New York area, fighting crime in New York area, fighting that type of crime. When he became Avenger, he just kind of elevated his game a little bit because he's seeing that other people need him outside the world, and so he teamed up with other superheroes in Marvel, of course, who call themselves Avengers, who kind of protect the whole Earth.
And he's really, really close to Iron Man. Like that was a mentor to him. So So of course, because Iron Man is one of your company heads of the Avengers, is because he's responsible for all the weapons and the suits and stuff and the tech stuff. So he's responsible for recruiting and stuff like that. So part 2. So what I'm thinking, let me know I'm wrong or not. So the next one gonna be everybody got they pretty much went to Ash. They gonna come to another city, and they're like, why are we here? Pretty much.
Well, so this is the thing, right? So the Infinity Wars is about the Infinity Gauntlet glove, right? And that's what the Infinity Wars is about. And the context of that, it takes place in the galaxy. So you think about, he's talking about the existence of the entire galaxy. So the entire galaxy, he wants things to be balanced. So he starts with, he goes, conquers all these lands that he sees fit. So like, okay, this land needs to be conquered or whatever. And then Infinity Wars is like, all right, we need to do something about Earth. Earth is getting crazy too. Right? So we need to demolish that, half of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's ridiculous. This is chaos. We need to control this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't right. So he's kind of like an ambassador for like trying to make things right. You know what I mean? So that context is Earth. So in part 2, they're gonna introduce another character. This is gonna spoil. This is what happened at the end. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's another character who's gonna be introduced.
But he was at the end of the movie, wasn't he?
She was not in the movie, but you will see.
But so my question is, like, the people that went, the superheroes that went to Ash, they're not really dead. That's what I'm saying. So did they go somewhere?
Oh, they dead. Oh, they gone. They're dead. So what you going? Wait, they're dead, man.
You can't do another movie without all those.
They're gonna be dead. No.
So you think they coming back?
No. They're gonna be gone. I believe. Gonna be gone in the movie. Yeah, they'll be gone, bro. Listen,
you can't do that.
They're dead. Now, see, you notice that the Infinity Gauntlet glove, it had all these stones in it. One was the reverse time and stuff like that, right? So the reversing the time is probably what's gonna.
He gonna bring them back.
Yeah, so you're gonna go back in the time. He's not gonna bring it back.
Okay, but they also, right now they dead. They actually died.
They're gonna go back in time, try and fix things.
Okay, gotcha. But like you said, they're dead. They're done.
They're gone.
Okay.
They're dead right now.
Okay. Yeah. And then one question, we'll go to something else. Who is Samuel L. Jackson to the Avengers? Is he like their leader or what? What is
No,
he?
he's part of another group.
Because at the end he had the phone, and I was trying to say what that meant because he called somebody.
Yeah. So
I'm like, is he called some more backup?
No,
or
he's
something?
He's not a superhero, but he's not an Avenger because he's not a superhero, so he can't be an Avenger.
Okay.
Right. So that's slipping my but he's part of another crime fighting division.
Okay.
Called the Shield.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Shield.
So he's a head person in the Shield at the Shield, and but he's like an old like army person,
okay,
type of guy who got skills. You know what I'm saying? To but he doesn't have he doesn't have a superpower.
Okay,
like
got you. All right, and we're gonna start one more time. We're gonna come back to somebody our final go right here. We'll be back. Matter of fact, if you gotta listen, and make sure you subscribe and like on Facebook, YouTube. Go to my Instagram. Check me out on your Instagram, and also check me out on Podbean, on SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. So you want to check these out, and we'll have in the description. You can check out
Nick Fury. Sorry.
Nick Fury. And you can also check out Struggle Pops. He's on there. You check him out. You know, he been doing some dope drawings lately. I've been checking him out. But that's what we're gonna start with our next segment. We're talking about his drawing a little bit. Okay. We'll be right back. So okay, we be back, and we talking. Before we left, we were talking about Struggle Pops. He's a artist, you know, a real artist, because everybody say they're artists now, but I think that's, to me, drawing and painting, that's a real artist. Like, I do graphics and stuff too, but people say I'm an artist, but I don't think that's art. I can't draw. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm an artist. But you did two recent ones I seen that you posted. The first one was it was three. You did one of a lady. She had like a high split on her dress. Yeah. And who is that about? And we'll try to on this YouTube. We'll try to post so you guys can see what it is.
Right. So all right. So that, let me look on my Instagram account and kind of figure out who you talking about.
It's a black.
Oh yeah. So that's a character off of a web series. I don't know if you was ever into web series.
Nah, I wasn't.
But there was a point in time, very short lived for me, but I was into web series. Okay. And there was this web series channel called Black and Sexy TV. Okay. And it was popular for a little minute. But anyway, she was an actress on there, and she, you know, I really dig her as an actress. You know what I mean? She's really down to earth, and she, you know, I think she's believable. And but anyway, she has an Instagram handle called Be Beautifula. Okay. And you know, I'm on there, and I look through images, and I seen this image of her, and I was like, all right, you know, I like that image, and I do like practice figurative drawing. Do a lot of practice.
And I noticed too, when people do drawing like that, or famous people or like people that's in the culture, they like that, and they'll post it because you do a drawing of them that they actually wanting to. So if you send it to the right person, I think they'll like it, man. They might give you some props on it. And the other one you did was of a young lady. It was like of a closer shot, I think, of that you had posted.
Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my little cousin.
Okay.
Little cousin of that's daughter of my first cousin. Yeah, I think you're talking about. Let's see, who was that? Her name is Harmony.
She kind of look related to you guys.
Yeah, that's my cousin Harmony. She's my that's my little cousin. So my first cousin, Katina Wheeler, her daughter, her name's Harmony. Okay. And I was again doing some study on her facial features because I'm doing another project for my cousin to paint something, and so it's just a study I do. So I just paint and sketch sometimes, mostly on my iPad, just to get practice in and get the features down and stuff like that. So. And
then the last one I seen that was really dope. It kind of confused me because I thought it was a real picture. Was the one with the water? Like when I looked at it, I was like, I thought it was a picture you got a picture somewhere of some water, but it was an actual. When you look at it, it's actually a drawing. Yeah. And it was done so good, dude. I really thought it was like a picture until I looked at it.
Thank you.
I was like, damn, that's dope. So like, I always wanted to know how to draw. Right. And my main thing, I want to know how to draw people's faces. So I used to try it, and it's like hard, dude. I was trying to outline their face, and then I would try to come in. But is that the way you supposed to draw, or are you supposed to start in and come out? Or is it another technique?
There's different techniques, but I think in and out is good. Like the technique that I use a lot. Everybody has a formula, right? You know, just like anything. And so my formula is the spaces. I do a lot of spaces, so I start with a little structure of where things are placed: the eyes, the nose, the mouth. So they're just lines in a circle.
And so like how long you been drawing though? Before we go technical in there.
Man, I've been drawing since
I
remember that kid kindergarten.
Oh, so you've been doing that?
Yeah, so you get projects. Okay. In kindergarten to draw something. Yeah. Draw whatever, and I was just good at it. Okay. So that's just I think I brought on a picture of I think it was a George Washington. I think off a dollar bill or something. It was like a line drawing, and it was like, hey, you got some talent. I think that was in like preschool, kindergarten, or something. Yeah.
Like I always wanted to know how to draw, but I couldn't. So. But so you could pretty much draw any person pretty much though, because you did your wife and like it was like to the T. I'm like, how do you like? So you got a shade. Like, you can look at them, like you do it like a live view, or you just take a picture and you look at the picture and you draw it.
I could do both. I prefer live. You know, but a lot of people don't like
want to wait and sit there, huh?
Sitting through it there, or they're more self-conscious. It's hard to get live models because. You know, the self-conscious things really come to surface if you ask them, like, hey, can I draw you? Okay. Can I sit there? Can I just sit there and draw you? And so that is kind of nerving. You really have to catch people off guard.
Yeah, and I also see people, you know, like in California, San Diego, something, you have people on the side of the road, they'll actually draw you. But they draw those, like, silly things, like your big head and all that kind of stuff. Characters, can you do something like that too, or you just basically?
I'm not as good at that because I don't practice that often. But some people do that all day.
So that's another
skill. Okay. It's another different skill that you practice and then you get good at it. You can just whip it out in like 10, 20 minutes and then you give people. A lot of people make that money on the street just hustling those caricature drawings. Okay. I'm not as good as with that. I can do it. I have the capability of doing it. But you know, I don't practice it enough to call myself like a caricature artist.
Gotcha. So have you go to school for it, or you just?
I did. I didn't go to school for art. I took a few classes here and there, you know, and it was basically me kind of just showing off. Oh, it was kind of like, I learned a few skills here and there.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But you really much knew. Like people that took the class, they did not do nothing, but you knew.
Yeah, it's like
how you learn so fast? Like
I'm in classes at ASU. Like I'm like the LeBron James at a high school clinic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
that makes sense. So yeah, that's dope. So you guys, like I said, it'll be in the description. You can check them out. You might want some drawing or something. He'll probably do it for you. And we also was talking about a little about some music. So we got these. I listened to the Breakfast Club. They was Charlamagne the Guy. He was talking about this new music come out. It's like the 40 and up club. He called them. Cause he's like Pusha T's he's 40 and up, and you got Nas over 40, you know, Jay-Z over 40, and another guy he said J Rock. So he said this new era is like the 40 and up club. He likes the era of music. He said bring back memories and stuff like that. You had a new guys and stuff like Drake and all those guys, but he said this month of music that came out, like he really liked it. So yeah. So like I said, and I asked you about it earlier. Like they said the Nas album is really really good.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all that. I appreciate when they come back and they, you know, it's music. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's not like, you know, a lot of people used to talk about MCs and hip hop as if you know you had to retire when you got to a certain age, but it's the arts, man. It's just like
it never go away.
Yeah, it's music, man. Why you got to retire from music? That makes no sense, you know. So, but yeah, I appreciate the Nas album was hot. You had you know, Kanye came out with an album. He's not over 40 yet, but he's getting there.
Who's that?
Is he? Yeah, he's over 40, isn't he?
Jay-Z?
No, Kanye.
Oh yeah, he's another one. Yeah, he's over 40. Yeah, he is.
Jay-Z and you know.
I forgot about Kanye, Crazy Kanye, but yeah, his new album was pretty good too. So
yep.
Like I said, I don't really listen to that kind of. I ain't nothing against it, but I don't listen to that, so I can't go this song here, but. Right here, it's pretty dope. I heard some of the 444. That was pretty dope too. So anything Beyonce do, I like too. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting, man. I just like talking about, you know, the perspective of a lot of things, the culture of a lot of things. When you even the culture of listening to music, I think it's very interesting to hear generations talk about hip hop. It's the same genre,
but
it's so different. And you people talk, I don't really get into that. I'm like, what do you mean you don't get into that? It's hip hop. What do you mean? That's like the origin. It's kind of baffling. And some people like, I'm not over 40 yet, but I'm close to 40. I'll be 39 in August.
Got you.
So. But it's interesting here, like younger generation talking about, I don't really rock with that, I don't get with that, or I don't really listen to that. So I'm like, what do you mean? How could you? Like, cause when
hip hop, you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 39, and I know who Grandmaster Flash is. I listen to him. I listen to all the heads before. You know what I mean? I listen to the the cats who didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Because they still relevant to me. You know what I mean? So the Brooklyn boys from Queens, Queens hip hop, you know what I mean, when it was like old school, KRS-One, like
the originals.
Yeah, that was kind of like separated, 5-6 years separation from me, you know what I mean, because I didn't come in at the birth of hip hop. I'm 39,
okay.
You know what I mean, I experienced the bad boy era and all that stuff, and how that kind of fizzled away and everything. That wasn't where I started.
The Tupac, the big era, you was in the Kanye era.
I was in there. That wasn't where I started, but you know what I mean.
No, so where were you think you started at? Like, who's one of the first one you think you heard? It's like as you could think back, it's like my first song or first album you listened to, and what you listened to.
For me, it was Lord of the Underground's KRS-One.
Okay.
And then eventually the Wu-Tang. And then I got into the 90s hip hop, like really, really heavy. But,
I know you always bring up the Roots, so that'd be your favorite hip hop group, you think? That's your... Oh, man. It's hard. It's talking... Like, okay. It's hard to talk about favorites with me. Okay. I'm an artist. Got you.
And I listen to music like crazy. I listen to music. I listen to it.
Got you.
So, the Roots, very good band, hip hop band for me. I love the Roots. Black Thought is one of the most underrated MCs in history. I think Black Thought is like top MC, the illest, one of the illest wordplay, content, and everything. Black Thought is crazy. All the hip hop groups that got into the native tongue alternative conscious type of field, you know what I mean? With the De La Souls, we start with De La Soul. You had Tribe Called Quest, and
that's another one you bring up too. That's another. I had a question too.
De La Soul still making music too.
Wow. Like, I had a question. Somebody, they kind of answered it. Couldn't answer it though. They said it was all the same, but like you have like Common, you have like Most Def. And something like that poetry, like rap, would they be in their own category, or like hip hop is hip hop?
Listen, you can create a category for everything. I wouldn't even, if you want to really create categories, you got to really break it down. Like, you can't just say conscious and say Most Def and Common, because they're not necessarily just conscious. They vibed a lot. Okay. Because hip hop is about vibe. Okay. And they did vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I think to say conscious and poetry is to separate it all together and be like, okay, they got so deep that you couldn't vibe with them, but it wasn't like that. I mean,
comes to they don't have like the actual like the track, the beats, and they can do a rap with nothing.
Yeah, they did that. They did that. They vibe. They freestyle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
freestyle. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't all about the conscious and making the song deep and all that other stuff. Because that's why I don't like that category. People talk about conscious rap. You know what I mean? They vibe too, you know what I'm saying? They they're like these young cats. They're how they vibing, you know what I mean? It's just different. Like jizzing on the beat, whatever they talk about. You know what I mean? We did that too, and it's originally, we had more content and more things to talk about because things were more prevalent in our environment, and they kind of like, it was easy to talk about off the cuff because we was experiencing them so heavy. Which you guys are too, which I like I think that the way information comes in, maybe that's what it is. But there's so much information coming in about what's going on around you. With Facebook. I mean, it comes in like crazy just on Facebook. But if you got any other forum, because right now Twitter or whatever it is, I mean, this is coming in crazy. I'm like, why y'all ain't talking about that stuff? Yeah, because right now it's a lot of people saying that the new generation, they like the trap music now and the mumble rap, and like they ain't real hip hop. What would you say about that? You think it's still hip hop, or is that generation what they like?
They like the trap music and then mumble rap and all that.
It is form of hip hop, because hip hop wasn't all about like taking in, these political things, these things or whatever. Hip hop wasn't all that. It wasn't like that back then.
Okay.
We was doing the same thing. We was vibing.
Different style.
We was vibing, just a different way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You put some music on, you sample it, whether you sample it, whether you take it from wherever, and whether you. I think hip hop was about finding something that nobody heard and refurbished it in a way that it was new.
Okay.
So you took something that was like, some soul jam or some disco jam that nobody even like ever heard. They pulled it from a crate, sampled it in a way, organized it in a way. It was a whole new song.
Gotcha.
And you would never. It was so hard to track that disco track to because nobody ever really listened to it. It wasn't on nobody's top 40.
Right.
But it had this sound, this melody that captivated the artist's ear. So you call a hip hop artist a hip hop artist because he heard that.
Gotcha.
And he was able to find it and research it and sample and organize it. That's the essence of hip hop. And if you're doing that today, then kudos to you. I don't care how you're doing it, even if I don't vibe to it. If you're figuring out how to find something and make it new, refurbish it, that's hip hop. That's the essence of it for me. When it comes to MCing and making music. There's other, elements of the culture, of course, with fashion and all that stuff that's, in the mainstream now. But for me, when you talk about the music, I think you got to talk about, if it's in its pure form, you got to figure out how to come up with something new and fresh.
Yeah, you have to. You got to be relevant too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not into trends.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's up mumble rap, I don't mind mumble rap if it was played one time.
Okay.
But when it's like a whole playlist, it's like a whole, sneak it in there.
You can sneak it in there.
Mix it in. Like that was the art of the DJ. The DJ could, he would. He
don't just back to back like, dude, you gotta play something else.
You gotta do something, man. Come on.
Got you.
That's
the thing with music right now, so man. And then I didn't know. Did you know the rapper that just passed away, the XXX? I don't know how to say his name. You heard about him when he killed? He got robbed and killed.
No, who's this? Fill me in on this.
Yeah, his name is XXX. Some I don't. It's another name too. I apologize, but he got robbed and killed. He's at a motorcycle shop in a nice car, like with Lambo doors. So he was, I guess, leaving, and somebody came and pretty much shot him in the neck, killed him.
Wow.
It's on. You can watch it on. It's on live and online.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, not the actual shooting, but him dead in the car. People still trying to help him. They filming and everything like that. So, and he was a young rapper, 20 years old.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, but he had a bad name out there. But they said he was getting better. He was a bit more positive like that. But it's like, man. So they caught the guy. I think today or yesterday they caught the guy because these kids not stupid. They went online talking about how I did it. And then they came back and said, no, it wasn't me, and all this and such, and tried to go back. But pretty much, he got caught up. So,
dang, so they catch the person?
Yeah, so it was three of them, but they got one now. So he gonna cough them up.
Oh yeah.
You know how they gonna get them to cough their name up. So, like I said, I'm not into that. So I didn't know him personally, but it was kind of sad, man, because 20 years old, got baby coming on, and it's like, man,
that's crazy.
It's like he's pretty much gone now. So, but like I said, I don't listen to a lot of rap. I listen to this thing called the Rapture thing on Netflix. They didn't really do known rapper. They did 2 Chainz. He was known, but they did a lot of people I never heard of, like Logic and like G. I think his name G Maze, whatever. Yeah. They had a good story. So like I said, I'm not into rap like that. Like nothing against it. It's just not my thing. So
right. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm like I said, I'm a hip hop dude. I like hip hop, and if it's good, no matter what genre, generation of it you want to call it, you want to, give it a category or whatever. If I vibe with it, I vibe with it. If I don't mean it's bad or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't listen to hip hop as heavy as I used to when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I do fall into my generation sometimes, and I do. That's usually heavy on the rotation, you know what I mean? Gotcha. Stuff I used to listen to when I was a a young man, but I do mature and I can listen to cats who are evolving. These
like
40 and up. Oh. The Drakes.
What you think about Drake? Is he somebody you listen to?
No, I don't have him on my playlist.
Gotcha.
He's not in the playlist.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Kanye's
in my playlist.
Like new Kanye or old Kanye?
Both.
He's really, like I said, I don't really know him that much, but he's really dope then.
Yeah, I think he does dope things that you can vibe with. I think he's heavy on that.
Okay.
He's heavy on vibing.
So what's his thing like? Is it lyrical or is like beat wise?
Oh, man, he's like trying to create a feeling, man. I think he gives you a feeling, and it's not lyrically heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's not head knocking heavy a lot of times either. But sometimes he likes to try and create something fresh, and that's why I like Kanye, because he's fresh with his music.
So if you introduce him to a new person, what album would you tell him to listen to get that Kanye feel or that thing? Is it all this thing, or is it a particular one you should start with?
The Dropout.
So the Dropout.
Yeah, Late Registration, Dropout. One of those two, maybe. I would start there.
Okay.
That Through the Wire, Through the Wire album.
So I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, because he came out.
Is that the one he got in the accident and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Through the Wire. Yeah.
Gotcha. So the Dropout album. So we'll check that out.
Yeah. So yeah, he has a couple albums like right back to back that are really good. You check out. I think I vibe with it. I liked it. I can't even front. You know what I mean? There's some cats, that you kind of like. You wish you wouldn't vibe with as well with, but you do. You know what I mean?
Happens.
So this just happens, man. You gotta get guilty pleasures in there.
So I think we got a good little show here, man. I don't know if you want to keep going, or I think we got some good content, man. So like I said, we talked about the draft. That's the first thing we talked about, but I think we went to hip hop, the movies, stuff like that. So, cause see, Nate, he's one of those guys I could talk to that knows he's talking about. You talk to some people like. But I know I don't have to go Google and check your facts, Oh so.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat you. I don't like beating you over the head with details and facts either. Like I ain't trying Wikipedia either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I said, and we keep saying it, but I think I'm gonna say we got to give ourselves a date to roll out our new podcast.
All right, yeah, I'm down.
We give ourselves a date, then we'll do it instead of saying, we don't get it, we don't get it. But
right,
I think
that's what I tried to do with that thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So if we put a date out there, I think we'll go forward with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think you're gonna really appreciate this. Cause like I said, the Maarcus Hall Podcast we can have different, cause it's my name, and we could do different editions. But Nate is here, so it'll be something for us, So like that debate thing, and we have guests come in and stuff like that.
And a quick shout out, man, to your show, man. I've been watching a few of the latest ones, and I really appreciate what you're doing on there. I think cause I think the content is something that should be exposed, and I think you're doing a good job of putting it out there.
Like I said, this is new to me, man. Like I said, I listen to more podcasts I do music now, cause I used to listen to a lot of music, but I listen to a lot of podcasts now. I'm like, man, I can do that, man. Cause I like to talk about things, and why not archive it and then get better with it? You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I said, this is my 11th time doing it, my episode wise. But like I said, if I get like a year or two, man, I think I'm gonna be really good. We both will be really good at it and go from there. Cause some people do this right away. I'm gonna be dope. No, you gotta take a while. You gotta get that rhythm going. You gotta know each other. You gotta know what you're talking about. Like get like preparing for it like that. You can't just. This is if you want to do it the right way. I think so. Right. I think we can be one of those top podcasts people talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like go to this podcast, check out like information. You know what I'm saying? We real, you know what I'm saying? We local. We ain't really like mainstream like that.
Right.
So I think we start from the bottom and then we'll get there. But like I said, I like talking. I like doing production stuff. So I think we'll do good with that.
Hey man, you working there. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you be the engineer and personality. That's just crazy. I've never seen that before.
So I'll be trying to do that. Because I'm the type of person, I want to sound good and look good. So that's what I'm doing. So I left one of my devices, so I didn't do all my cameras today. And I got here like, God, I left that thing. So I'm doing. I got my own podcast. I work at a church. We gotta find you.
We gotta find you a few interns, man.
Yeah, we gonna find. We had one, but I don't know where he disappeared on us.
Man, that's what happened. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to get him on here, man.
So when we do our podcast, he gonna have to be on every one. He'll be that guy looking at my stats and stuff. So
seriously, man, we need.
We need another Dior.
We need some interns here, man.
Yeah.
This is good learning right here.
It is pretty much.
I mean, do you understand?
On.
Hey, this is like people are going to like school, like journalism school, to do this, man.
It's hands on,
and you probably not learning this stuff till like what, the second year. Yeah. You're doing your general studies and all that stuff, man. You can come in and get your internship.
Engineering, pretty much. You got video, you got lighting. You got to do.
Hey, it's a lot.
Audio, so it ain't just talking.
It's a lot.
You can learn a lot, you know. So
production,
editing,
post production,
yeah, all that stuff, man. So it ain't hard. That's why I wish I could just come out right away and just put this out, but
it's a lot.
I'm working on graphics. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So when I had time to do it, you know.
I'm gonna come in for you.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna put this audio out right away. I think I could put it out tonight. Guess it's a little easier, but putting names on there and then upload it, because upload takes a while. Upload, you gotta wait, and then you gotta edit it. Then you gotta download it. That take another while. Then you gotta upload it back to YouTube. So it ain't easy. If this is all I did was podcast, I gotta do. But I'm doing all kind of things, so man.
And then you got to promote, and promote is like 80% of it sometimes.
Man, you got to spend money too on Facebook too.
Yeah, you got to spend money.
They want you to boost your posts and all this.
$5.
Yeah, $5, $10, and all this. So, but I think it was a good one though. So like I said, maybe we do one more on the Maarcus Hall Podcast, and then the next one, we gotta roll it out. We gotta do it. So
yeah, man. Like I said, we can do it.
We got a name, you know what I'm saying? So we got, it's a dope name he came up with. So we get the logo thing, and then we get the podcast and the YouTube page, and we gonna be rocking and rolling, man.
That's what's up.
So we appreciate you guys listening, man, and checking us out on YouTube, man. So remember, you can check me out on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We on there, man. So, and I was trying to go on Spotify. I'm paying for it, but there's no way you can upload like a podcast. I gotta figure it out.
Really?
So yeah, we'll check it out too. So thank you guys for watching, man. Remember, man, we just talking up in here. Peace out.
Peace.